Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's such an honor to be here today. My heartfelt thank you to the Gujarat, to everyone part of Gujarat Tourism for actually making a huge place in their hearts for us at Filmfare and the entire Bollywood fraternity. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Harish Shukla. Thank you for being such a spine and support to Bollywood and, of course, to Brand Filmfare. This is the 69th Filmfare Award. It will be Varun's favorite. It is 69th, and next year will be the 70th, which will be my favorite because last 7 is my lucky number. So I'm very thrilled that I'm actually hosting on this absolutely spectacular moment in time, going to Gujarat, celebrating with the land of culture, tradition, and now empowerment and economic growth. It just makes it the best location, because what we are looking for, what is cinema? Cinema is two things. It's culture, is displaying our culture on celluloid, and huge economic growth at the cinema halls. And that is what Gujarat stands for. So ladies and gentlemen, we could not be in a better location than Gift City on the 28th, and of course we have 27th, a two-day event, which is again a first. As Jitesh said, that there are many exciting performances. You've already heard that there's Ranbir, my boy Varun, my girl Janhvi, there's the lovely Sara, there's Karthik, there is Karina, and there's of course Ayushman and Manish and myself. And this also marks the debut of Rohit Gopakumar into the crazy world of Filmfare. I have to say that Rohit has been such a solid force, and a force of nature at the Times Group, and for him to help things for the first time is daunting and exciting in equal measure. But I think he has the absolute support of Team Filmfare, led admirably by Jitesh Pillai. He says with great humility, but 20 years in one organization is no mean feat, ladies and gentlemen. 20 years to run the magazine and an award ceremony. We make movies, and running award shows and a magazine is all the same thing, because we're dealing with fragility all the time. Fragile egos, fragile timelines, and of course fragile deliverables. He's done that with such, I would say, with abandon, and always with a smile on his face, never showing really what happens behind the scenes. Rohit, I should say that this is your first, and I'd like to tell you about my first. So the reason I started hosting was because of Filmfare Awards. I was then asked by the team of Filmfare in the year 2000 actually. No, 2001, sorry. It was that year that I was asked to host, and of course I hosted that year as the first time I've ever been on stage hosting any ceremony. And that began my journey as a host. So it's been actually, Jitesh, if it's your 20 years, it's my 22 years of hosting. And subsequently, of course, I've hosted a fair amount, as you might know. And so I have an emotional attachment to the enterprise that is Filmfare. And let's all know and admit that this is the most archived history, in history of cinema. It is such an archived award. Winning a Filmfare is really truly going into the archives of Hindi cinema and Indian cinema, because now Filmfare is cutting across all languages. So to have that moment in history is what most creative artists aspire for, and that's what makes Filmfare not just powerful but exceptionally emotional and special to all the nominees and winners. And of course, like Jitesh said, and I wish that everyone in the industry had the spirit to come and applaud the wonderful talent that wins. Being nominated is a great thing, and everyone should know that. I have been in the industry 25 years. I've only won 2 Filmfare Awards, but yet I applaud the geniuses who have won several others and many more, and I will continue to. No matter what the wins are, no matter what the glories are, it's the participation and the sense of community that Filmfare stands for. And so, thank you again to Gujarat Tourism and to Gujarat. And sir, thank you for leading the way. And we're all very excited to be there on the 27th and the 28th. Thank you so much.
Last minute, I decided to come. Obviously, I didn't know Jitesh back then. And sorry. No, my first performance ever was also Filmfare.
Yeah.
but he's talking when I attended Filmfare for the first time. In 2001, like Karan said, when he hosted for the first time, Janhvi was 4 years old that time. So, you just said I was 4. I just wanted to know, so I didn't say this joke. But anyway. So,
just getting back to me, yes, she is 26 years younger than me, and I'm very proud of that fact.
but genuinely, I think when you think about Filmfare, when you think of hosting, obviously you've had Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, you've had Saif Ali Khan, who have done a wonderful job, and Karan Johar as well. I always get glued to the TV. I used to when Karan used to host, and then now for the last couple of years he's not been hosting. So it's going to be great to see him back on the stage, and it's a comeback. It's a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, but it's a comeback of sorts, and he's going to take over the stage in Gujarat. Some censorship rules will be placed, but besides that, it's going to be great. Because Karan's a great host, a great host, and if he doesn't like you, he'll be a great ghost also, as a ghost you. But I think just seeing him on stage, it's going to be the most entertaining Filmfare, I think, in the last decade or so. I vouch that this one's going to be the best one.
Yeah, Varun and Sid all debuted, and none of them won the debut award. And it was their first performance. And ironically, Ayushmann won.
Ayushmann won. He deserved it.
Of course, it's fantastic.
I was just excited that I got to perform that year, and you didn't. Alia and Sid didn't perform. Ayushmann didn't perform. Did Ayushmann perform that?
All three of you performed.
No. You are talking about screen.
Oh, screen, yeah.
See, this is the love he has.
I don't know. You were everywhere that year.
I remember.
You remember.
But there was a glitch, and when I was going for my performance, I've come on stage, the lights are shut, the lights come on, and the music just stopped midway. And bang in front of me, I see Mr. Salman Khan just watching me like that. And I got so scared because I'm like, music band ho gaya, मैं क्या करूँ, नाचूँ, क्या करूँ? I started sweating. I've gone back. I've told Jitesh, क्या हो रहा है? He said, no, don't worry, people will understand. Edit this part or whatever. Don't worry, you start again. And that whole performance, I remember, Bhai had just made like eye contact with me, and I had to look into his eyes and dance, which is not easy because I was trying to smile and all, and but even if he's happy, smiling, he won't smile. So he was just looking at me like. So I don't know if he liked my performance or no, but I think he did like it eventually. It was. Janhvi was 12 that time. That performance.
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone in this dais for including me in this celebration of what we all know has been a milestone year for Indian cinema. And I think also a celebration of this amazing state in our country that's given us so much culturally, given us cinema so much. And I, in fact, in the past year, have spent a lot of time in Gujarat. I shot significant bits of our upcoming film, Mr. and Mrs. Mahi, in Ahmedabad. I went for my cricket camp in Baroda. We shot another schedule in Surat, so Gujarat really does feel like home. And I really don't think there's a better place for us to have this Filmfare celebration. And my first memory of Filmfare, I think, it was actually with Mom. So as everyone knows, Mom wasn't a very outgoing person, but when it came to Filmfare, at home, it was always like a family outing. Like, we'd get ready, we'd go, and she was very excited to show me, all these amazing performances, and I'd pick out her dress. And I remember the first Filmfare that I ever went for, I picked out what she wore. She wore this black gown. तो हाँ, मैं हाथ पकड़ के पहुँच जाती थी देखने के लिए सब कुछ. So yeah. Stage performance was also Filmfare, and it was a lot of fun. I think that's when I actually fell in love with dancing and performing on stage for a live audience. And that's because you're always so welcoming and so encouraging, and I can't wait to be back on the Filmfare stage.
Genuinely, much of the other editors over there or the other journalists over there help you out from time to. And Jitesh is always welcoming and comforting, especially when you're new, you're full of nerves, and even when you've done a few years in this business, you get nervous, just before facing a crowd. And I believe this time in Gujarat, the capacity is of like 10,000 people. उससे भी ज़्यादा ब्लैक हो जाएगी टिकट्स. पर हम चाहते हैं कि पूरा फुल हाउस हो गुजरात में, मतलब गांधीनगर में एकदम जलसा का मॉल हो, मतलब एकदम मजा आ जाए.
My CEO, my boss is from Gujarat. It's a personal connection.
Everyone's boss is from Gujarat.
Well, thank you.
करण जी, गुजराती लैंग्वेज में भी कुछ आपकी झलकियां हमें इस बार देखने को मिलेंगी?
हाँ जी, ऑफ कोर्स। आप जानते हैं कि हम निर्माता हैं, निर्देशक हैं, तो हम अपनी ऑडियंस को हमेशा वी केटर टू द ऑडियंसेस एंड द ऑडियंसेस विल बी फ्रॉम द वंडरफुल लवली गुजरात। तो आई एम श्योर देयर विल बी द यूसेज ऑफ द लैंग्वेज डेफिनेटली हमारे स्क्रिप्ट में। थैंक यू।
It means a lot. It means it's some kind of a validation, right, in your career. When you work very hard in the year and you put in so much blood, sweat, time, sacrifice, and when all that is done, in the end of the year, you're compared to your peers, and hopefully the best person gets it. And Filmfare, like Karan said earlier, that's something which gets recorded in history. Everyone discusses कि ये साल किसने Filmfare जीता था, best actor का, best actress का, or whether it's even in the technical categories. You know, it's very discussed and very revered by us within our fraternity for sure. So it means a big deal, I think. It's like you're reaching the top of the mountain.
Rightly said, I think it just means that someone has appreciated your work, whether it's the jury or whether it's a popular choice award. I think it means a great deal for an artist to be appreciated for the effort that they've put in. And yeah, I think Filmfare has always been a symbol of credibility and something that actors and technicians and filmmakers alike aspire for. That kind of recognition and appreciation. I remember when I first got nominated for a Filmfare for Good 67 in the Best Actress category. The kind of, I didn't expect it to mean as much as it did, but it really changed the way that, I don't know, I guess having that external validation of people recognizing you made me believe in myself more, and I think that's what awards and specifically Filmfare means to a lot of actors.
I think especially
My second innings, it hasn't been that long that I have hosted Filmfare. Has it been that long? There was a two, yeah. I actually hosted Filmfare in the year 2020 with Vicky Kaushal. So I'm actually back after 3 years. But thank you, ma'am, for that compliment. I don't consider myself the best in anything I do. I think that we all are creative artists trying to achieve excellence, be it in any sphere. I'm just happy that beyond the periphery of filmmaking, which is producing and directing and curating cinema, I can also get the opportunity to host a talk show or host an award ceremony. It means a lot to me that I've been doing this for over 22 years, and I hope that doesn't stop, because it's a great way of connecting to your core audience, and it really keeps me motivated.